Welcome. Hello, I'm Kat Millar from Amplify Your Influence. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways to recession-proof your marketing. 5 ways to recession-proof your marketing. Who agrees that we need to start thinking a little bit differently about our marketing now than we did before all this craziness hit, right? And a lot of you are doing the same kind of marketing that you were doing before COVID, but consumers' mindsets have changed since then, right? So the people who are doing the same things are the ones that are missing out, the ones that are getting left behind. And so I want to share with you the ways that you can make sure that you are not only recession-proofing your business and your income, but yourself. It's actually about recession-proofing yourself and making sure that you've got the skills and you've got the strategy and you've got the systems in place, you've got the support to sustain what's going on, and so that you're not crumbling. You know, the people that are stressing during this time are the people who haven't adapted, who haven't changed, who haven't pivoted. You know, we hear that word so much thrown around, but people who haven't looked for opportunities to innovate and to look at the way the world has changed and how they are changing their business and themselves. The people who have enjoyed COVID have been the ones who haven't been stressing because they are adapting, right? So welcome those of you who are on here live. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, it is an important subject, and I think this is really going to help those of you who are feeling some kind of stress or pressure in terms of where you're at in your business and whether it's even worth being in business at the moment. I've heard people say things like, oh, you know, I just want to look at getting something a bit more secure or stable, but that's just out the window now. Like, there's nothing secure. Employment is not secure. I've heard of so many redundancies lately. And so you don't want to think, oh, this isn't working, so I'm going to run over here and do something completely different. It's about building you to be resilient and to be the resilient entrepreneur that you can be. Because when you grow you, then it doesn't matter what industry or what market or what's going on. You know, recessions and pandemics and challenges, you know, world challenges are always an opportunity for us to grow and step up. So I'm going to dive straight into it. Number one way that you can recession-proof your marketing. Number one is to look for your growth zone. Look for your growth zone. If you're making notes, and I highly recommend you do, just write that one down. Just give me a yes in the chat box if you like making notes. Are you anything like me? Just give me a yes if you're anything like me, you like making notes, because it's going to help you absorb it, right? I don't want this to just be interesting information. I want you to actually apply this and use it straight away. So write this down. Look for your growth zone. So I want you to think about, what is your opportunity to grow? The businesses that were the biggest hit during COVID were the businesses that were relying on word of mouth referrals and didn't have systems in place to actually go out there and attract clients themselves. You know, they were just relying on word of mouth. And that is a very shaky way to build your business. You do not want to set your business up in a way that you're relying on word of mouth referrals. You want to make sure that you're being really proactive and intentional in your marketing. So I want you to think about, during COVID, what have you learned? Have you put the things in place where you have multiple lead generation strategies? So you're not just putting all your eggs in one basket where you're just relying on one source of income or one lead generation strategy, because if that dries up, you've got nothing left, right? So you want multiple, what I call multiple fishing rods in the water, right? Multiple ways of people coming into your business. And so I want you to think about how you can do that if you're not doing that already. I mean, and there's so many, I mean, I've got dozens of lead generation strategies, but what a lot of people do is they start one and it doesn't work, and they start another one and they've got all these different strategies, but they haven't actually done any of them properly, right? They haven't followed through and made it work. And marketing is about testing and measuring, and the things in the pipeline of your marketing system that aren't working, you've got to tweak that particular piece. A lot of people throw out the whole thing when it was actually just one cog in the wheel that wasn't quite working. So you've got to make sure, if you look back at what you've been doing and what's been effective, you know, what has actually been the marketing strategies that have been working for you, and where is that growth zone of where you can actually grow and improve and change. Hello Trish. Donna says I love notes. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so think about, what have you learned from COVID? Like, have you actually stopped and analyzed how you've reacted to it, how you've actually adapted and changed, how you've pivoted? Did you rise up? Did you create success, or did you just back away scared? So if you did rise up, take a moment to acknowledge yourself and your success and say, well done. But if you didn't, it's not too late, right? So you need to innovate and adapt to this new market and look at, where is the opportunity for you to grow? Because if you are willing to grow, then right now, at this time in history, this is potentially the greatest setup that you're ever going to get in your working life. History and statistics show that on the back of a recession and challenges, wars, pandemics, that the biggest opportunities in history happen in the following years. Like right back to swine flu, SARS, the black flu in the 1300s. The difference now with this pandemic is that we can take our businesses online. You imagine 50 years ago this happening. It's not like suddenly you can go and put more brochures up and put more ads in the newspaper and on the radio. You know, those are all things that are old school marketing strategies. You know, you could, back then it was like putting flyers on windscreens or letterbox drops. Now we can take our businesses online. And so this is an incredible opportunity to sell your products online. When I was in London in 2009, I went hard during the GFC because I was backed into a corner. I literally had no money, and I knew that if I didn't put myself out there and change and learn and grow as a person, and my confidence and my selling skills and my marketing skills, that I literally wasn't going to be able to stay in London. I would have to fly back to New Zealand. And there were moments, it's like, how am I going to make this work? I don't know what to do. I didn't have any clients or any contacts over there. And it was very stressful. Like, it was very challenging because there was that constant temptation, I call it the creep, to creep back and get a job. A very low paid job. I was getting paid around $75 to $80 pound an hour as a personal trainer, and the reliable steady jobs were paying about £7 or £8. Like, it was ridiculous. So because I had to make money to pay my rent, to buy food, I just went really, really hard during that recession, and a lot of my clients were being made redundant, but I knew that it was sink or swim. And sometimes when things aren't challenging, we can not grow because there's no reason to grow. So I love these opportunities where we get this opportunity to grow and step up and go, okay, where is my growth zone? Where is that place where I can grow, improve my skills, change my strategy, adapt? Like, I read a list the other day of startups that were founded during that recession, 2008, 2010. Uber was formed, so I think somewhere between 2008, 2010. Airbnb, Slack, Pinterest, WhatsApp, like all these things didn't even exist before that recession. Square was another one. So unless you step up and prioritize growth, you're just going to keep chipping away at your to-do list and not actually stepping back and going, okay, where do I need to grow? Where do I need to improve? And maybe you need to take a risk in order to grow. The entrepreneurs that make it, the resilient entrepreneurs, they are the ones that don't look for the easy stuff. They don't look for the free stuff, or just keep going to free things or buying low ticket things. They actually invest in growing themselves and finding the opportunities that are inside the hard parts. Inside every challenge is a learning that you can grow from. So if you are not getting the results you want, you need to think differently about what you're doing. If things aren't working in your business, you have blind spots, right? You have blind spots that you need to grow from. So what are you doing about your blind spots? Whose eyes are on your business to make sure that you're growing? Or maybe it's things that you need to actually do in your business to grow. Maybe it's your packaging, your branding, the way you deliver your service. Maybe you need to change something to make it a little bit different. Focus on the things that you need to improve on I'll keep my focus on how can I improve, like not so much on what if people buy or not. It's not, I don't focus on that. I focus on how can I grow. If people come, they come, and they do. And if they weren't coming, then I'd look at it more. But my priority is on improving myself, my strategy, my skills, my systems, rather than putting that into an external structure like a job, for example, because I'm in entrepreneurship. That's it. Like I've got no exits. I've burned my bridges. I'm not going back to a job. And so it's only forward. And I look at how hard I worked in 2009 because I had no choice. And sometimes I think it's quite good to have opportunities to get out of your comfort zone, right? Because it really makes you grow. Hey, Donna Marie, nice to see you here. So glad that you made it. So with that point number one, I want you to just write in the comments, what's one thing that you could do that you could do to look for your growth zone. What is a growth zone for you? Is it that you need a new strategy? Is it the way you're branding, the way you're positioning yourself, your copywriting? Like if you think about all the skills you need as an entrepreneur, which one are you the least good at? And just really get honest, really look at it and say, right, I need to grow in this area. For me recently, I realized that there was a gap and I needed to invest. I'm already into business programs, investing a lot of money, but there's a gap, and I realized I need another program. It's not like, oh, I've paid for that program, that's it, done. No, there's always areas of growth. So I want you to pop in the comments, those of you who are on here live, Donna Marie, Trish, Donna, there's a few more of you that are on here. I'm not sure who you are, but just write it in the comments. What's a growth zone for you? Where's a place that you could actually grow? What area of your business? Is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it copywriting? Is it packaging? Is it offer creation, creating a more valuable offer? Is it your follow-ups? Is it your systems? Is it your tech? There's an area of your business, and you know it, my friend. I know that you know it. It's your weak point, and you need to grow in it. Where's your growth opportunity? Where's your grow zone? Donna says, look, where there is hesitancy is in my business. Copywriting is for growth. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's great, Donna. Like, look where you're hesitating. I love that, because that's usually coming to the edge of your comfort zone. Because if you're hesitating, then there's some resistance between you and the next step out of your comfort zone. So going, okay, what is that? What is that thing? And what's going to help me overcome it? Maybe who do I need to help me overcome it? What resources do I need to help me overcome it? What support do I need to help me overcome it? What skills? What can I do? Because otherwise that blind spot, or maybe you know what it is, but there's blind spots in that area that someone could actually look at it and say straight away, hey, stop doing that, start doing that. Stop spending your time on this, start spending your time on this. So good. Thank you for sharing. Trish says, gee, so many marketing, but getting there sort of, just do it. Had a few mind shifts lately. Nice. A lot of this is mind shifts. Donna Marie says, tech. Holding me back, not creating my website, set up a business page, limited myself. Yeah, I love that you're owning that, Donna Marie, because we all do that. We limit ourselves, we block ourselves, and successful entrepreneurs, they back themselves. They move from blocking themselves to backing themselves. So I love that you're just taking full ownership of that, and the rest you can do with your eyes closed. So yeah, maybe write a plan of who can actually help you with that. Unsuccessful people think, how can I work that out myself? Successful people are always like, who can help me? And they invest in people that can actually help them. Kate says tech. Yeah. Trish says tech. Yeah, remember, none of us were born knowing tech, so we can learn it. Well, there's two options. There's always two options. Well, there's always multiple options, but really you can either learn it yourself or you can outsource it. I like to have full control in my business, so I really like to learn something before I outsource it, so then I can really explain it well, how I like it done. I can, if anything ever goes wrong, I can jump in and fix it myself. I like having that control, and I also like being able to keep my eye on what's happening in my business. But if there's an area where you've been struggling in, it's stuck, then think about getting help. And Kate says, acting on ideas, not just writing and planning. Yeah, the action is where it counts, for sure. Yeah. All right. So number 2, good stuff. Thanks for sharing, everybody. I love your vulnerability and your honesty. Okay, number 2 is to look for trends and patterns. Look at trends and patterns. So I've been looking at where we're headed and doing a lot of research because I love this stuff. But basically the whole world, or most of the world, is going to be online in the next 3 years or less. Right now, only 1/3 of the population is online. Can you believe it? Only 1/3, but in the next 3 years, most of the world is going to be online. So we're about to see markets open up in places we've never seen before. At the moment, there's 2.2 billion people on Facebook. By the end of next year, 2021, they say that 3 billion people will be on Facebook. That's another 800 million people swarming to Facebook. It's massive in just 1 year. And it's important to know this because Facebook's the number 1 advertising platform on the planet. So if you don't know how to advertise on Facebook, if you don't know how to get clients, build your business through Facebook, I'm not meaning just posting organic posts or sharing quotes. I'm talking about understanding how to actually get people to pay you money. You don't have to love Facebook, but you just have to understand the role that it has. You know, your customers, your clients are hanging out on Facebook. So that's why you should understand it. You should understand how to do paid ads so that you've got full control over your business. Whenever you need new clients, you don't have to be guessing and hoping and waiting and wishing. This is a way to future-proof your business. So if you look at this current climate and you look at the pattern and the trend, there are more people shopping around online, right? Look at how that just blew up. People buying online, people working out online. Kayla, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's like Itness, something like that. Yeah. Sorry, Kayla, if you're watching this. She is worth, I think it's something like $300 million, something massive, because she took workouts online and created an app called Sweat and just blew up. She's only, I think she's 29. Like there's so many opportunities for people because people are shopping online now. People are more on Facebook now. People are doing videos and online events and more than ever. So these are some of the trends and patterns. So you got to think, okay, what is missing in my skill gap that is going to recession-proof me? So learning how to understand Facebook marketing is a really great way to recession-proof yourself and your business and your marketing. Understanding, you know, that's the trend, that's the pattern, that's what's working right now. And all these competitors are about to come, potentially new clients, but also potentially competitors. So you want to recession-proof yourself by learning these skills. So I just want you to pop for number 2. What's one thing you can do in terms of looking at the current trends and the patterns? What's one thing you can do to really take control and be intentional when it comes to understanding the trends of how consumers are purchasing now? What's one thing that you could do? Where's a gap for you? Write that in the comments. It's thanks, Kate. It's Denise. Yeah, that. So yeah, what's something that you can do? If you have a look at what's happening in your industry, make sure that you're up to date in your industry, what's happening, do competitor analysis, you know, make sure that you know your numbers. All right, number 3, share how you're different. Share how you're different. Now more than ever, you have to be different in order to stand out. You have to be known as the expert. You can't just be that you've just branding and marketing yourself. Sorry, you can't just be different but not brand and market yourself as different. You know, you've got to make sure that people know what your USP is, what your unique selling point is. Because when there's so many people marketing, what you're actually looking for is something different than just, I help people get this result. You know, you need to understand how to position the results that you get for people. You need to prove it through stories. And you need to be different. Like the world is sick and tired of sameness, right? Who's sick and tired of just same? Who sees the same kind of ads, the same kind of language, right? And anyone can rip you off in terms of your product, your how-to steps, but no one can rip off your stories, like your personal story. No one can rip off you. So you've got to be out there providing lots of proof why you're different. Maybe you provide a better experience. Maybe you provide more personalized connection and care. Maybe you provide more time or better content, or think about that whole process of how you're different. Because is value more important now that more people are selling to your customers online, more people are selling to your clients? Is value even more important now? It is, right? Would you agree? So how can you add more value in your business? How can you make it that it's a no-brainer that people sign up to you, that it's non-negotiable? So please don't put things out into the marketplace until you are clear on why you're different and you've unpacked your unique brilliance. You're really clear on your unique brilliance. And this is what I do with my clients. I help them unpack this is what it comes down to. What are you brilliant at that your competitor is not brilliant at, that your ideal client wants to buy? And I recommend you write that down, because that is a game-changing statement right there. What are you brilliant at that your competitors are not brilliant at, and that your ideal client actually wants to buy? Because that is a sellable service or program or product. If you know how to unpack your unique brilliance, it doesn't really matter if someone comes along and tries to rip you off or copy you. So think about why people are buying from you, why you're different. If other people are doing everything the same as you, you have to change your offer and make it a irresistible no-brainer offer, which is what I share with my clients, and also what I'm sharing in a workshop this Saturday. So if you're free this Saturday, I'm unpacking how to unpack your unique brilliance. I give you a whole formula on how to do it. So I'll share at the end the details of that. If you are free this Saturday and want to come and join us, I'll be unpacking how to express your unique brilliance. And number 4, so have a think about what you can do. With number 3, have a think about how you can show that you're different, and just pop it in the comments box. How can you show that you're different? We've got a few comments here. Yeah, awesome. Niche audience, a product which is a spin on something out there. Yeah, nice, Kate. That's awesome. Donna Marie says Facebook Lives, TED style talks, collaborations, my unique language. Yeah, that's a big one. How you speak, transparency, incredibly wonderful human connection creator. Nice. So push that forward, because some of your competitors might be doing Facebook Lives as well, and might be doing TED style talks as well, and might be doing collaborations as well. So think about what's your unique spin on it. Love that. Thanks for sharing. Okay, number 4 is make a new plan. Make a new plan. When is the last time you actually updated your marketing plan, your business plan, especially to adjust to the current climate that we're in, right? When is the last time you did it? Every great athlete, every great entrepreneur, every great business leader, they always have a plan. If you want to achieve greatness, it doesn't happen unless you plan for it. So if you have big goals and dreams and desires, I recommend that you just revamp your plan. You just sit down and write a new plan for this week or this quarter, and just think about, who do I need right now? Who actually do I need to put in my plan to help me? Maybe it's a community, a certain mentor, who can help you? What skills do you need to improve on? What skills do you need to learn? There are 8 skills that I teach, which I've found are the most essential when it comes to attracting and signing up your ideal clients, which is, marketing, sales, copywriting, presenting, your ability to present yourself well on camera, whether that's on videos, on webinars, on workshops, online, in person, your ability to package yourself well, your ability to create irresistible offers, funnels, your ability to work out tech and have funnels, setting up automation processes. So think about, what skills do you need to learn and improve, and put those in your plan. And maybe it's just getting some things done. You need to put it in your plan. Maybe you need to finish your website, unpack your unique brilliance and how you can push that out through your content. Maybe it's how to post Facebook ads, how to create a webinar. And I know it can sound and feel a little bit overwhelming sometimes. And so if you feel like that, just think, who needs me to actually show up and do this? Who is going to benefit? Why must this happen? Why must I grow? Why must I create a plan to upskill? Because there are people who need you. They need your unique brilliance, and they need you to step up and be a leader. And number 5 is act now, not later. Act now, not later. Please don't write down a list that says, in January, I'm going to. After Christmas, I'm going to. Please don't do that. About now is where people start writing a list for January. Why can't you do something now? Something small. You know, what are the things you're learning now that you can apply and innovate and do now? You know, if your competition is saying, oh, I'm going to start in January or February, I'm going to start doing TikTok videos, or I'm going to hire a VA next year, or I'm going to learn how to run Facebook ads next year, or run a webinar next year. All of those plans are in the future. So be different. Let me ask you this. Do you feel more powerful thinking about making a change now, or thinking about making a change in 2 months' time? Powerful, like energy. Like, it might be a relief to chuck everything into 2021, but it's becoming a bit of a dumping ground for things that we've been putting off, right? Things that we're not prioritizing, right? Awesome. I love that. Thank you for sharing, everybody. So I really like what Tim Ferriss says. He's a best-selling author. He talks about he has between 3 and 8 essential things on his to-do list. That's it. And he doesn't go anywhere till that's done. And he just thinks about what are the most important things. He spends the time planning and thinking about what are those most important things that I can act on now. Right? So if you find things popping up, you know, distractions, friends, family, Facebook, all of those things, that's being human, right? That's part that we can plan a perfect day, but things are going to come up. You're going to run into things, of course. But I'm inviting you to commit to start acting now. Otherwise, you can talk yourself out of it. Another few months can go past. So I just want you to think of one thing you can do now. What's one thing that you can go and do? Is it sales? Is it marketing? Is it mindset? Is it getting a coach? Is it improving your processes? Is it raising capital? Is it building a team? Like, what is one thing? And I want you to write it in the comments. Oh, that's so funny, Donna Marie. All right, write that in the comments. What's one thing that you're going to do as a result of watching this? So if you want to understand how to find your growth zone, how to look for the areas that you can improve in your unique genius zone, your brilliance, and how to unpack it, how to express it, how to communicate your value, what the essential ingredients are of an irresistible offer, how to make sure that you've chosen the right niche so it's going to work, how to actually attract your ideal clients, how to sign them up. If you want to know that, I'm doing a free event on Saturday, and I'm so excited about it. The reason I'm doing it for free is because during this time, I just don't want anyone to needlessly struggle with things that I can help you with. So there's no catch, there's no hype. You just come and receive. All you need to do is just say yes, show up, and I'll be sharing the whole strategy, the formula that I use to grow my business to 6 figures in less than 12 months, and how you can do it too. And those of you who have been to my workshops before, I know Trish has been before, Donna's been before, you know that I don't hold back on value. I give a lot on those days. You'll walk away with so much clarity. And we also do a lot of masterminding, and you get an opportunity to be coached, have your questions answered. So I'm going to pop it in the comments box for those of you that are interested. It's called How to Attract New Clients with Ease. And it's the last one that I'm doing this year, the last free workshop that I'm doing this year. So Trish is going to be there. Awesome, Trish. Can't wait to see you. It's going to be great. So it's bit.ly/client-attraction-mastery. So check it out if you're interested. Otherwise, thank you for joining me here. Look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Thank you, my friends. See you soon. Bye.